everybody. Welcome to SoulSpace podcast number 108.
Welcome.
Today is our last week of the pivoting section.
Yeah, because we did this whole month of July.
Yeah, and it's pivoting. A long month, but it went really fast.
It did go really fast. Summer always does.
I know. Yeah. I'm kicking and screaming to slow it down. Anyway, today we're going to do the vibrational gap between you and you. So, pivoting so that you can get that gap closed so you can manifest what you want, or you can, have those things come to you faster.
Mm-hmm. It's really about bridging that vibrational gap between where you're at right now and where your inner being, your soul, is waiting for you to come into alignment with it, so that you can, like you said, begin to really create the things that you've already co-created in your vortex.
Yeah. When we're being who we want to be instead of waiting for that to happen, we can close that gap so much easier and using the tools.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And
we're going by the same book as last week, the
Astonishing Power of Emotions.
Yeah.
And I love this. So it says, "Let your feelings be your guide." This is by Esther and Jerry Hicks. Of course, you guys know we love Esther and Jerry Hicks. Only Esther is still with us in the physical still. However, she does amazing work constantly. So, The Astonishing Power of Emotions. Let your feelings be your guide. And this is such a good book. This is such a good book. And it's one that not a lot of people talk about. But what I love about it is it has smaller sections, which are really straight to the point, and it gives you tons of examples.
Yeah.
So this book, if you live by examples, that's how you learn. This one will be a really good one for you.
Yeah. And it's one that you can just read a chapter a day and, learn something every day. And they're short enough to just use for
like 3 to 5 pages.
Yeah. They're so good. So let's go.
Yes. So if you do have this book and you want to follow along, we are in chapter 7, page 33. Again, it's called The Vibrational Gap Between You and You.
I love that.
I do too. Because life has caused you to expand, and because the law of attraction is now responding to the vibration of that expanded you, you can now consciously feel your response to that moving energy. That is precisely what your emotions are. If the thoughts you are thinking in this moment are in alignment with the vibration of the broader you, you feel the harmony of that alignment in the form of positive feeling emotions. But if the thoughts you are thinking in this moment are out of alignment with the vibration of the broader you, you feel the disharmony of that alignment in the form of negative emotions. I think that's one of the most important things that anyone could ever realize or discover.
Yeah.
Is that your emotions tell you, are you in harmony with where your soul is, with where your alignment with your vortex is, or are you in misalignment? Do you feel good or do you feel bad?
Right.
In the most simplest terms.
Yeah. Just starting to notice in your body when those emotions are fluctuating, when something doesn't feel good. Just ask, what is it? Where am I at? And you can change it. It's your choice.
Right. It's all about the pivot.
Yeah.
Pivoting is so important because every single day we have ups and downs. Whether they're big or little, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
There's still ups and downs.
Yeah.
And our emotions would tell us we're up and down in our vibration.
Yeah.
And the more even keel we are with our vibration and the positive feeling, the longer we're in alignment, and we build that momentum too.
Right. So good.
So good. And that's paragraph 2, guys.
so much in just one little paragraph.
There's so much good here. Okay, so going back to the analogy of you and your canoe in the stream, and that's what we talked about last week.
I love that one.
Me too. When you are allowing yourself to float freely in the stream without resistance, thus closing the gap between where you are right now and who the broader part of you has become, you feel your alignment in the form of positive emotion. But if you are still paddling upstream, holding yourself against the natural current of your own evolution, your resistance to the stream and to that which the larger part of you has become is evidenced in the form of negative emotion. So negative emotion is paddling upstream.
Yeah. We don't want to do that.
No, that sounds like a lot of extra work
I
for no
mean,
gain.
yeah. Have you ever done that in a canoe in a stream? It's senseless, isn't
I've done it in a lake,
it? Yeah. Yeah.
paddling upstream.
It's
Like, why did we do
just,
that?
yeah. It's
But no, what we
hard.
did, instead of, so when we went on our little trip that we
Mhm.
did, my sister and I went canoeing, we went with the flow first,
Yeah.
and that was pretty easy. And then on the way back, we had to go upstream though. And so by then we were already tired because it'd been a couple hours. And then we were trying to paddle upstream. It's like, wow, we really should have done this the opposite way.
Right. Yeah. Or have someone pick you up on the other end.
Right. So I have literally done that.
Yeah.
And metaphorically as well.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah.
It's like, wow, it is easier to go with the flow. Especially when you're going into the home stretch, right?
Yeah.
To go with the flow feels so much better than to try to push something into being.
Right. Yeah.
The power of your guiding emotions. If someone you do not know contacted you in some way and said, hello, you don't know me, but I wanted to tell you that I'll never contact you in any way again, you would say, all right. You would not feel sad or disappointed that you would not hear from this stranger again. But if someone important to you were to tell you that, you would feel strong negative emotion. The emotion that you feel always indicates the vibrational difference between your point of desire and your current thought. You could say that your emotions indicate the difference between your desire and your belief, or between your desire and your expectation. We would like to explain that your emotions indicate the vibrational relationship between the vibration of who you have really become and who you are allowing yourself to be right now because of the thoughts you are thinking. For example, when you are feeling proud of yourself, the feelings that you are experiencing are indicating alignment between the vibration or thought of your inner being and the vibration or thought of you right here, right now. When you feel ashamed or embarrassed, these feelings indicate to you in your now are thinking thoughts about yourself that are very different from the thoughts that the broader part of you is having about you. I think this part is really important.
Yeah.
Because if you think a thought and it doesn't feel good to think it, that means that your soul thinks differently than
Yeah.
your thought that you're thinking right now.
Right.
And a lot of times those thoughts are about yourself.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking negative thoughts about yourself and they feel bad to you when you think them, that means your inner being does not think the same way about you that you do. Your soul doesn't think the same way about you that you're thinking right now.
Yeah.
That means that thought is not in alignment with where your soul knows that you should be, that your soul knows who you are, and your soul knows is your truth.
Yeah.
And so it's really important that if you have a negative thought and it feels bad, that means your soul thinks something differently. That means your truth is different than what you're thinking right now, your whole real truth. And I think that's really important for people to realize is that, okay, so if the broader, bigger part of me, that soul piece of myself that knows more than I do, that knows who I really am, that knows where I should be, that knows which direction I am going, doesn't agree with this thought.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't that be a really good thought to release right now? Because it's not one that's serving me my highest and greatest good.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's where freedom release comes in.
Yes.
Or tapping or anything like that. Yeah. Get rid of that feeling so that you can align with what you want.
Yeah. 100%.
So much. It's so easy if we just remember the tools.
If we remember the tools and to use them.
Yeah, and to use them.
To use them.
Not just remember them.
Yeah,
but
using the tools, Trace. Using the tools.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine. But I think that part is just so important. So kind of take that in and think about it because it's going to serve you greatly if you can get that concept.
Yeah. And just thinking about, okay, why am I feeling this way? What's going on that's not letting me be aligned with what I know I want?
Right. Is it old programming?
Yeah.
Did something come up and trigger something?
Right.
What's going on there?
Yeah.
And can I begin to let it go through one of the tools that I have?
Right. And just breathing through it and acknowledging it a lot of times will switch that feeling just by, oh, something's up there. Okay. You can move on.
Yeah. A lot of times it'll start that feeling of relief, which is that first step.
Right.
and
Yeah.
moving in the right direction.
Awesome.
Love it. Okay. Before your emotions can be meaningful to you, before you can allow them to give you the precise and perfect guidance that they are offering, you must understand that you are a being with 2 points of perspective that are continually relating to each other. When you understand that your inner being, or the expanded being that you are becoming, stands as the furthermost culmination of life and constantly calls you forward to that, then you begin to understand the feeling of passion or eagerness that is present when you are allowing your movement forward toward your expanded self. And you also understand the feeling of being unfulfilled or of uneasiness when you are not allowing your movement toward your expanded self. There's just no way of getting around it. You must allow yourself to be the being that life is causing you to become if you are to feel joy. And unless you are feeling joy, you are not allowing yourself to be that which life has caused you to become.
Mm. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah. If only we will listen and feel what's going on in our body,
Mhm.
we can change it right away and
You can.
and be in alignment.
Start moving towards that feeling of joy, which tells us that we are moving in the right direction.
Right.
That we are moving
Yeah.
forward, that we're allowing ourselves to finally begin that motion forward.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be all the way to joy, but it
No.
could be, I feel pretty good right now.
Yeah.
It could be
Yeah.
satisfaction.
Yeah.
It could be fun.
Yeah.
It could be laughing. It could be,
Mhm.
Anything in between,
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. All right. So emotions indicate the degree of your alignment. As you know from your own life experience, a variety of feelings move through you depending upon what is happening, what you are observing, and what you are thinking. Your emotion, whether it feels good or bad, is a vibrational indicator of the relationship between the vibration of your broader self and you. Your emotions indicate the degree of your alignment with who you have become. They show you if, in this moment, you are keeping up with yourself or not. I like that.
Mm.
Sometimes we try to go so fast and we're not ready yet. And I like how Esther always says we're getting ready to be ready.
Mhm.
Always. And we are always, because we're always stepping forward if you're working with the law
Right.
of attraction.
And this step is getting ready for the next step, just getting
Right.
ready for the next step, just getting ready for the next step.
Right.
But it's always that motion forward. If you hold yourself away from that,
Yeah.
that's when you feel negative emotion, because you feel that dissonance, you feel that resistance that you're creating. And it's kind of like smacking into the top of a lake.
Yeah.
Where you hit that wall because you created that resistance. And it does feel sometimes like a smack in the face.
Yeah. And then you go.
Yeah. Bam. And then you
Yeah.
realize that, oh, that wasn't fun. And then you start going to flow again and like, oh, and you sink into the beautiful lake where you're floating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going with the stream.
Right. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully you don't have to like smack it a whole bunch of times before you realize it. Because we've all been there.
I remember that happened to me.
I mean, sometimes literally.
Yeah. I remember that, learning how to ski and bumping your butt along the water, and that didn't feel good.
So you realize, oh,
I
need
gotta
to stand up.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm sure everybody that's water skied has experienced that at one time or another.
If you started it as a kid, you especially knew.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun. So over time, you have come to describe the variety of feelings or emotions with many different words. And because of the number of individuals who have felt these emotions, and because of the many generations of people having a variety of experiences, you have come to a somewhat consistent agreement on what you are feeling and the world you would and feeling and the word you would use to describe it. So, the words aren't as important as the feeling, but you can put a word on it to go up that scale. And if you have that scale in front of you, you can pick one that feels good, where you're at,
Yeah, you
and
can
where you
pick one
want to
that makes
be.
sense. When you
Right.
say like frustration, okay, that feels pretty accurate. I can start there and move
Yeah.
my way up,
Yeah. Yeah.
knowing that I'm within that vibrational area.
Absolutely. And we always talk about don't jump from here to here. Go on the steps, take each word up the scale.
Mhm.
So we would much prefer that you find yourself in feelings of eagerness and love and joy than in those of fear or hatred or anger. But because we understand the vibrational reason for these emotions, we do not attempt to guide you from the emotion of fear directly to the emotion of joy, just like we just talked about.
Mhm.
For we understand that the vibrational difference is too great to span all at once. And in fact, we see no reason to try to make the jump all at once because gradual movement in the direction of feeling better is all that is necessary or even possible. So, doesn't that make you feel better right there that we don't have to go from here to here?
Right.
Just take it easy and go up the steps. And when you're feeling a little bit better, that's good. And that's bringing more of those better feelings to you
Right.
when you're acknowledging that and thinking, okay, I can let go of that anger or whatever and move forward a little bit. We don't have to go all the way to the top right away.
Right. And we shouldn't try because I think a lot of people feel like, okay, well, I have to jump from here to here.
Right.
Otherwise, bad things are coming my way. No.
Yeah.
Once you start having that feeling of relief, you have already reached the turning point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you've already begun your pivot and you've already
Right.
begun to attract new and better thoughts, new and better experiences, new and better feelings. And so it's not necessary to be in that point of joy all the time to create good and wonderful things in your life.
Yeah.
The point is really to create a vibrational set point, which is higher than where you're at right now, which brings in better and better things for you, which means pivoting until you start to feel the better feeling.
Yeah. Yeah.
That feeling of relief is your indicator that you have already improved your vibration.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and once you've stayed at that new set point for a while, you're going to notice real fast when you start to go down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be a lot easier to get to that set point again because you'll be really uncomfortable at those lower vibrations where you used to live.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So nothing that you want is upstream. Everything that you see around you, land, sky, rivers, buildings, and even people and animals, was thought vibration before it became the physical things you now observe. While most do not realize it, you are standing on the leading edge of thought. Further, you are so good at translating vibration through your senses of sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch that for the most part you are unaware of the translation process at all. It is just life and you are living it. But if you can grasp the concept that everything that you see around you in manifested form was thought vibration first, and then thought form, and finally the manifestation as you see it now, the bigger picture of creation will begin to come into view for you. I love that, how that's explained. And when you think about that, you are like, wow, if that was just a thought before and now it's here, I can create anything.
Right.
Right.
And Esther says it's as easy to create a button as it is a mansion.
Right.
Everything is thought form and everything is energy. Yeah. It's just, what do you believe is possible?
Yeah. Yeah. So good. And then not only will you have a clearer picture of how things that you call real life experience come to be, but you will also feel the current from which all things come and upon which all things flow. What we mean when we say nothing that you want is upstream is that your desires, because you have already thought about them and asked for them, are already in the process of being created. In the same way that a round object will roll downhill of its own accord without needing an engine or added impetus from outside influences, your desires are, in a sense, easily and naturally rolling forward their own conclusions as well. Once your life has caused the creation of a desire, your work is done. The natural forces and law will take over. The best way to have come to explain to you this pattern of natural evolution is in our analogy of the current of the river. Your every request, large or small, adds to the current of this river, and literally everything that you have ever asked for is downstream, where you can easily find it, experience it, possess it, and live it. So good. And, it literally can be that easy if we allow it. And, allowing it is a huge process too.
I think that that's really the process that people are missing a lot of times to get what they want, because they're like, I've been trying and I've been trying and I've been trying so hard and nothing happens.
Yeah.
It's because
We're trying too hard.
You're trying so hard that you're creating resistance there,
Yeah.
rather than following your own intuitive guidance downstream to where everything that you're wanting is.
Yeah.
It's that art of allowing. And one thing that we've talked about, and we did talk about last week, and I've been mentioning it every week ever since we read that piece, is that the art of allowing is the art of telling a different story. And sometimes it could be difficult to tell the story as we want it to be when that's not what our current reality is showing us. That's when it's most important to be telling a different story. And so I think the art of allowing is a piece that we're definitely going to be discussing very soon. Hint. Hint.
Our next month is we have some good things to discuss in August, our theme. So it's going to be fun, and we're all learning together, and we're always learning. We're always learning and honing our skills and becoming more of what we want. Even if you don't know that that's what's happening, that's what's happening.
Right. You're always moving forward.
Yeah.
But the question is, what direction are you moving forward towards? And you might want to ask yourself that.
Right.
And the only way to really figure that out is to feel it out.
Yeah.
How do I feel right now? And so what direction am I headed?
Yeah.
Am I headed towards my vortex or away from it?
Right. And there's so many people that walk around blind all day that don't ever pay attention to what's going on within.
Yes.
They're scared to do it, actually, a lot of people. So don't be afraid of that, because that is your guidance scale. That is what we're supposed to do, is pay attention to how you're feeling and move towards a better thought, a better feeling.
Right.
And your day is going to go.
Right. One question that people ask me sometimes, so for those of you that are just joining us now, so I'm a spiritual medium. So one of the things that I do is I do angel and spirit guide readings, where I communicate people's angels and spirit guides to get what messages they have for them to help them move forward in the highest and best way. And so, I've had people ask me, well, why didn't my guides tell me that this was a bad idea? Or why didn't my guides show me in some way? And I said, well, they probably did. Through your emotions. Your emotions tell you, is this vibrationally in the direction that I'm wanting to go towards, that my soul is calling me, or not?
Yeah.
Did you pay attention to how you felt when you made that decision? Because we've just talking, so a lot of times I'm just talking to those people now. Well, now we're just talking about that. And you said that you don't pay attention to how you feel, or you don't know how to feel your emotions, which is much more common these days than it should be. But I understand why it is.
Yeah.
A lot of people numb themselves out. Well, if you're numbed out, you can't feel your guidance. And your guidance comes through your emotions, your emotional guidance system. It's your GPS to your life.
Yeah.
And so if you're one of those people that you have numbed out for whatever reason, we all understand why. I've been there.
Right.
And I completely understand why that happens. But the thing is don't be afraid to begin to feel your emotions, to know where you are in your vibrational alignment, because that will tell you everything.
Yeah.
that will tell you everything. And as you begin to feel your emotions, if you've kind of numbed out for a while, they might feel bigger for a little while until you get some of that out. But you'll at least have your guidance again.
Yeah.
And that's so key for you moving forward in the direction that you want to.
It really is. And you see it so often, and I don't think people recognize it enough because they are so numbed out. And that's just how they think life is, you know. But when you learn to let go of those things and to work on it and work on yourself, we're always a work in progress till the day we die, you know. It's a never ending story, and it's a fun journey if you allow it to be.
Right.
So don't be scared to feel those feelings when they come up, and then release it. We don't have to dwell on that or stay in that space. And you know, that's how we grow, and that's how we learn, and that's how we get to that higher vibration.
Right. And I think emotions become less scary when we realize what they are.
Yeah. Yep.
That our emotions are our guidance system. They're not to make us feel worse and feel bad or feel good and feel better. They're to tell us where we're at so that we can make a decision to move in one direction or another.
Yeah.
It's like,
and that's all it is.
It's all
Don't
it is.
make it out to be more than it is, you know.
Right.
And that's sometimes where we get caught up. Yeah.
Because we're afraid to be stuck in that emotion. Well, we can make the decision.
Yeah.
We can decide
Yeah.
whether we want to stay there or not. And I think that having that empowerment too helps people.
Yeah.
But without your guidance system, it's like you're trying to sail in a tiny little sailboat or a dinghy all the way to New Zealand with no GPS.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine trying to do that through the Atlantic Ocean?
Yeah.
No. Nobody would ever do that these days because that's insane. You would never make it.
No.
You'd end up somewhere super random, probably stranded like a castaway on a deserted island by yourself, and nobody will ever find you.
To your
Talking to
ball.
talking to your volleyball.
Yeah, the volleyball. If you've seen that movie.
I mean, I hope you see Castaway.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that movie, it's a good movie. You should watch it. I mean, who doesn't love a little Hank?
A lot of little lessons in that movie.
There's a lot of lessons in that movie. One of them is, it really helps to have a GPS unit.
Yeah.
To know where you're at.
Right.
And know where you're going.
Yeah. And that's our emotional guidance system.
Yes.
Yeah. And a soapbox rant.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe for today.
Yeah. Yeah. So just allow it to be easy. Don't be scared to look and to feel and to realize where you're at and where you want to be.
Right. Check in with yourself, because if you check in with yourself and you're not where you want to be yet.
Yeah.
That's a yet.
Yeah.
That means that you can recognize, okay, this is where I'm at. There's relief in that, just recognizing, like you said, and acknowledging, so that you can decide, okay, that's not where I want to be. Where do I want to go from here? Well, I want to go up, don't I?
Yeah. It never means that you're stuck when you feel that icky emotion that you don't want to feel. You're never stuck there. You can always choose to feel better.
Yes. And once you make that decision, that by law of attraction, once you make that decision to feel better, I've decided to feel better and I'm going to move myself up the guidance scale. The law of attraction, by the way that it works, starts to gather those cooperative components together to assist you in creating what you've decided to have.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal.
It really is.
It really
We
is.
can't stress that enough.
Yes. Emotions are important. Emotions are positive, because no matter whether it feels good or it feels bad, that emotion is telling you something.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
It's very important. I mean, if you want to get from where you are to over there, you need to know where you're going, don't you?
Yeah. So use the tools. Go back and do one of the podcasts with some freedom release method. Let us know what you want to work on, where you're getting stuck, where you need help with this, and we'll do a special podcast on it.
Yeah, we'd love to help you if you want to tell us what's going on. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah. So, Carissa, where can we find you in these days on the wonderful world?
Well, if
Or
you, on the
when?
interwebs, on the internet,
Yeah.
on the place where people go every single day, and you're actually finding us right now on our podcast. So if you want to find me more thoroughly, you can find me on Facebook at Light of Hope Healing. You can also find me on my Square site, which is light-of-hope-healing.square.site. Light of Hope Healing with a bunch of dashes in between. .square.site. You can also find us collectively on Facebook at Our SoulSpace.
Yeah.
And we are, of course, on YouTube at SoulSpace Podcast. Nothing before, nothing after. And then Tracy, I know yours is a little bit more simple than mine. How can we find you if people want to go a little deeper into what you're doing these days?
I am at inspiredsignals.com. That's all.
Wow. I like
all my
that.
links are there. Yeah. All my links are there. I'm on Facebook and Instagram at Inspired Signals and at Inspired Signals Studio. For now.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to next week because we have some wonderful things to share with you.
New topic, new fun things.
Yeah. New month. We're gonna go into August, this end of this week. So it's gonna be exciting stuff, you guys.
Yeah. Awesome. We'll see you again next week, same place. Whatever time we upload it, but
similar time frame.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. It's still summer, so we're still on summertime.
We are.
Yeah.
All right, but join us next week. You won't want to miss it.
Yeah. It's gonna be fun.
Bye, guys.
See ya.